Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honor to you, brothers, that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And all praise unto Yahweh Shai. So I wanted to do this quick video, and this is based around the different adversities that the Most High Yahweh Shai has his elect go through. And I wanted to offer up an alternative perspective. Now, there's no balming for the adversities any man can catch, because these are situations that you go through on your own, in your own personal life, and the Most High, as you go through them, to basically make you an acceptable offering, okay, so that you're a presentable, chaste version unto Yahweh. But here, if I may, I would like to offer up an alternative perspective on this. Now, when you look at your so-called troubles and your woes and this, that, and the third, I think it might be important to realize, under the rulership that we're in, that being the rulership of the elite banking families, which is the house of Esau, the house of Edom, everybody is catching hell. Okay? There is no place, no alternative situation where your adversities are going to be any different. Okay, now, being in this truth, those adversities are going to feel like it's amplified. But you take a so-called musician, a so-called movie actor, living within the society, living within of the wicked. Remember, I said the elite banking families, this is the wicked that the scripture speaks about. There is no one out here, okay, that is doing so well that they are outside the realms of catching hell. Okay, you look at the birds, they're dropping out the sky. Whales in the ocean, they're beaching themselves, because the whole entirety of the earth, the very fabric of life, has been overthrown. Okay, remember I mentioned those actors and those so-called Hollywood stars. Well, a lot of them, especially if they're Israelites, they catch a lot of hell, because Esau has torn apart the very essence of life itself. That's why you're seeing divorce rates at an all-time high, because he has empowered the women to the point of destroying the family, and that was all by design, because you're talking about the lowest statute commandments of the Most High. That starts first and foremost at home. Okay, the understanding of how you're supposed to go through life starts off at home. And have you seen the fabric of family being torn apart? As a result, you've seen homosexual numbers go up, transgender numbers go up. Okay, and these are, points that people used to stand fast against or die right before they even accept that. And now you're seeing it as running rampant. Okay, so that's an alternative perspective to see through. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the scriptures. Okay, basically going to show you that these different things is spoken about within the Bible. All right, going to show you that the society that we're living in, there is no place where you're going to go and you're not catching hell. Everybody out here is frustrated. Everybody out here is going through some type of element. Like I said, this is not balm for the hell that you're catching, because the Most High is always going to amplify it when you come into this truth. It just feels like that's the only thing that's popping up. And one of the other reasons why that it feels like that's the only thing that's happening is because now you know the scriptures. So that's like an extra burden. Okay? When you're talking about joint pains and this, that, and the third, man, everybody's got joint pains, because you ain't supposed to be walking around on concrete. Heart problems, okay? Diseases, all of these things happen, okay, and are happening because the devil is in rulership. And so long as the devil, Esau, okay, Satan, the adversary, is in rulership, okay, you're always going to have this problem. Okay? Like I said, it's no balm. It's just an alternative perspective. So let's go into the scriptures now. I'll start here within Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter on the 4th verse, it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. So we live by the faith that this man is going to be taken out of the power seat. We live by the faith that this man is going to be replaced with a righteous rule, where from the top guy to the least guy, nobody going to have to worry like how they worry out here. Okay, the very essence of having a child, that's like hell, and that's across the board, not just for the men of the Lord, right across the board. You might be in a so-called good job, and your wife is in a so-called good job, and your wife tells you you're pregnant. Man, it feels like your heart sunk within your chest, and that's if you're in a decent situation. Okay, now most people ain't actually doing this as well as they like to have you believe on the social media. Okay, they're actually doing a lot worse than that. Okay, but the point I'm making is this: you might have it to where you might be thinking that, you know, the hell's isolated just to you. The fact of the matter is, everybody underneath this realm, okay, underneath the rulership of Esau, is just tired, frustrated, okay, sick in the head, okay, tired of this man's rule, man. Okay, that's why the scripture talks about how that we're going to rejoice when Esau's taken out of power, because now we're going to have it to where what? You know, happiness is going to flourish. And that's spoken about here within the book of Revelation, Isaiah the 14th chapter. Okay, so let's get into Isaiah the 14th chapter and the 6th verse. And this is another example of everybody catching hell underneath Esau's rulership. All right, so the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked, so his power, his might, his whipping stick, if you will. Okay, his military, to put it into modern layman's terms. Okay, the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. Okay, so how they ruled, that's been taken away. Okay, that's being removed, and ultimately upon the Lord's return, okay, that's going to be taken away. So if you're hand in hand with this man's society, well, when his rule is complete, okay, you're going to be complete. You're going to be through. Scripture talks about if you are to roughly paraphrase, if you're in allegiance with Esau, okay, you was going to be destroyed with Esau when the Lord's return. Okay, and also says how you know, if you're, you know, saying Lord, how do you know what end is going to be for you? And for the vast majority of the people that are talking about the day of the Lord, it ain't going to be a good thing for them. Okay, because they were wicked. They did that which in the Lord did not delight. So he who smote the people with a continual stroke, right? He that ruled in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. And it says the nations. So you're talking about all of these different heathen nations: Ammon, Moab, Japheth, all of them. Okay, including the Israelites, and more so the Israelites than anything else. Okay, because this is the Most High's principal focus. Okay, everybody's catching hell underneath this man's rulership, man. Everybody's catching hell underneath this man's rulership. Okay, you're subject unto payments. That applies for everybody in this kingdom, man. You're living in impoverished situations. That applies for everybody in this situation. Like I said, this is no bomb. This is no this is certainly not me posing a different opinion on it. It's just a matter of different perspective. Okay, and looking at it and really realizing that, look, we're going to hasten the day for the Lord to come back to take Esau out of this place, man. Okay, that's the only way you're going to really get out of a situation hell. Otherwise, you're always going to be catching hell, man. You're always going to be catching hell, because he that ruled the nations in anger with a continual stroke, he's still ruling. But see, the Lord is saying he's going to be taken out. It says the nations is persecuted and none hindereth. So no one's going to stop him from being persecuted. And it goes on to say, all right, it carries on to say, the whole earth is at rest. Okay, so the entirety of what's left over behind is going to be at rest. Everyone's going to be chilling. Okay, everybody's going to be good. Okay, because that root of evil, and remember, the evil leads to what? Sin. Sin is, the wages of sin is what? Death. What's death if it's not hell? And I'm not saying when you die you go to hell, because people will take that, chop it up, and, you know, say I'm teaching a different doctrine. No. Okay, the grave is the grave. The word sha'al, grave, when you translate it back into the English, is hell. And to get into the grave, you do what? You die. And to die, you have to do what? Iniquity. And if you're doing iniquity, it's usually because there's a influence of iniquity that's within the earth. Okay, death came by way of the serpent. The same people that are ruling right now. They came by these guys, man. Okay, you read about the Garden of Eden, it's talking about the serpent. We're talking about this nation of people right here, man. Okay, this group of elite banking families that have wicked ideas and philosophies that they're trying to push through the entirety of the whole planet. That's why death is so rampant right now. And like I said, you're talking about catching hell. Death, okay, leads you to the ground, the grave, Sheol, meaning hell, okay? And death comes by way of what? Sin, okay? Because whosoever transgresses the law is sin. I'm trying to remember that precept, okay? So it says the whole earth is at rest and it's quiet and they break forth into singing. That's what's going to happen when we see Esau taken out, because that death is going to be really, especially for the men of the Lord, that's going to be taken out of the earth, man. You have immortal life, okay, especially for the elect men of the Lord. Now, for the rest of these heathens, they'll still go about the process of life, working, okay, being in slavery. But there's varieties of different enslavements, man. Okay, there's a thing called a house slave. House slaves, certain house slaves do good, man. They're all right. Certain house slaves are above the level of regular people. Okay? Now, that's not going to apply to all of these heathens, especially Esau, because Esau's going to be wiped off the face. That's why everybody's going to be at rest. But the point I was trying to make is, once you served your judgment, that's dealing with these heathens. Once they've served their judgment, okay, they're going to be doing a lot better than they're doing under Esau's rulership. Okay? They're going to be doing a lot better than they're doing right now. But they're still going to be slaves, man. And they're still going to get their judgment. Don't get that twisted. Because people will take that and chop it up and say, oh, they're going to be house slaves. Nah, You're going to get judgment. You're going to read, the scripture talks about how the Most High sees it as a righteous thing to recompense them that trouble you. There is no getting away from what you've done to the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. You're not going to get away from that. Okay, you're going to get a double portion of that. That goes for all of the heathens. But once you've caught your judgment, there's no need for you to catch perpetual hell. You'll be slaves and you'll be subject to taxes and subject unto our judgment, because we're going to be our rulers over you. But in comparison to Esau's rulership, you're going to be a lot happier. Okay, you ain't going to watch your old grandma working up until she's 80, okay, and drops dead at the job, because that won't be necessary. Okay, it will not be necessary to do that, because you're going to have your own peace, man, whether it be land. Okay, scriptures talk about the inheritance of Moab, Ammon, all of these people. They was going to have their own land, but the land of Esau was going to be given over to who? To Judah and Israel, the kingdom of the 12 tribes of Israel, because they're not going to be in existence anymore. Okay, so let's go to the book of Micah. Let's go to Isaiah again, actually. Let me go to Isaiah 24. Okay, and I want to go to the 5th verse, Isaiah 24:5. It says, the earth also is defiled underneath the inhabitants thereof. Okay, so if you're living in a defiled environment, naturally, it's going to defile you. And as a result of it defiling you, you're going to be catching all types of hell, man. Okay, you're going to have sleepless nights because you got all types of poisons and chemicals and wicked spirits running rampant because it's defiled, man. Okay, it's defiled. Okay, so that's going to put spirits on you. That's going to keep you awake at night. That's going to be hell for you in the morning. That's going to be hell for you at night. See, when you read the curses that the Most High put upon the 12 tribes of Israel, how we was going to have no ease within this kingdom, no ease, and you really apply it to Esau's rulership, you find out that although we are at the precipice of catching hell, you have it to where Ammon and Moab will move into a neighborhood and they'll do better in your neighborhood than you can do. But they'll still be catching hell because this man is wicked, man. Okay, there'll still be 6 of them living in one room, okay, eating terrible food because they're trying to make those pennies stretch so they can look like they're doing good. But the reality of the situation is the only people that are really doing good out here is these bankers, man, because they own everything. They took all the gold, the silver, all of them things. No, they took everybody's land. Okay, nobody's got anything out here. Everybody's catching hell, man. Okay, look at them, these Afghans and of which, a lot of them are gonna be Jake because the way they're getting whacked off out there within Syria, they're gonna be a lot of Jakes there. I don't know about the Afghans so much, but they're gonna be a lot of Jakes out there within Syria now. Okay, going back onto the captivity of the house of Israel, and they're catching all types of hell. But that's applied really to the whole entirety of the earth, which is an alternative perspective. There's no leaving hell. It just isn't. Okay, until Esau be taken out of this position of power, everybody is going to be catching and subjected to hell. Now, for us as the men of the Lord, you're going to feel it more, and it's going to be more, because that's what the job is. That's what the requirement of the job is. But how much better off are you actually going to be, okay, if you was just a regular person? Not that much better off. I can tell you that from now. And you can tell from your own family members, man. Speak to your family members, man. You see, man, a lot of these family members is through, man. They're fucked up in their head. They got demons on them, okay? Because the earth is the fuck. Excuse me. Okay, speak to your family members, man. They'll let you know. Okay, them family members that ain't, you think they're doing so-called well, and you really see the magnitude of their mind. Everybody's through out here, man. Because this wicked man, the earth is defiled underneath the inhabitants thereof, and because they have transgressed the laws and changed ordinances and broken the everlasting covenant. So they've changed the way, the whole fabric of how life is supposed to be run around. They've changed all of that. And as a result, everybody's just through. Like I said, this is no bomb. This is no alternative means of, understanding the scriptures. It's just a different way of looking at things, okay? And I thought it might be a good idea to do this video. And you're not going to catch any less hell. But you're not really, if you go out, the guys that so-called left this truth because they was catching hell, they're still catching hell now, man. Okay, they're still catching hell now. They might be they're worse off because now they got demons on them. Okay, now they got all types of evil, wicked spirits making them do things that's gonna make their end twice as worse than what it was before, man. Okay, so let me finish off here within the book of Micah, the 2nd chapter. Okay, and this is the 10th verse. Micah 2:10, it says, "Arise, ye depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction." So it's a big rat race, and everybody's in this rat race, especially in the metropolis types of cities. And I hate those damn cities, man. You don't want to be living out there. That will increase your burdens. Okay? But everybody out here is catching hell, man. Everyone out here is catching hell. Okay? From the head down to the tail, everybody's catching hell, man. Okay? And I've seen it. I've actually seen it, man. I've seen it with it on my own too, man. Okay? My own pair of two eyes have seen it to where no matter what level of, it might be a Jake, Moab, Ammon, Esau, everybody's catching hell, man. Okay, because Esau needs to be saved from himself, but you see, because he's done defiled the earth so much, the only salvation he's gonna get is death and completely wiped off the earth, man. That's the only mercy, which is no mercy. Okay, how can you show mercy to a person that never showed mercy to anybody else, man? Okay, so that was just an idea I thought I'd throw out there. Just a different way of looking at things. And hopefully it was of edification. And Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, I get to do this again sometime. All praise unto Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. Okay, double honor to the apostles of GreatMillStone. Honor to your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.